want to talk about fear and disease, right? The coronavirus is a disease, and it's spreading like wildfire. Fear is also a disease, and it's spreading like wildfire. Like earlier, when the coronavirus was kind of getting really, people were talking about it more and more, the experts said that you have to avoid, the droplets from when people sneeze and cough, blow their nose, right? Those droplets go places, and like if they blow their nose and they go and touch the door handle, the disease will stay on the door handle. And then if you touch the door handle, then you'll get the disease, right? That's just like with the common cold and with the flu. But what people are doing to me that's annoying me really badly is because I live in Italy and I want to go back home to my home, my beautiful home in Italy. People are saying things to me like, aren't you afraid? And maybe it's unsafe to go back to Italy. There are a few things that are going on around that, but the thing that's most important for this video is that just like the coronavirus and the flu, your little droplets that you're putting out, coming to me, a grown woman who is 50 years old, who knows how to take care of herself, I don't need you to come to me and spread your fear to me. Just like we don't want people with any virus, whether it's corona, the new coronavirus or the old coronavirus that's already been in existence. You don't want that spread to you. I don't want your fear spread to me. I feel like this is a reasonable situation. I am not mad at viruses because they're a natural part of this world. They're a natural part of this life. Do I want a virus? No, I don't want it. But do I need to be afraid of it? No. Do I need to have common sense that says wash your hands because this is what science has told us is the right way to handle this deal with viruses? And anyway, should have been washing your hands anyway, and you should have been, how long have you been told to sneeze into your elbow? Forever. Sneeze into a tissue. Cough into a tissue. How long have you been told that? Forever. How often have I seen people, grown people walking down the street, not coughing into tissues? A lot, okay? We take stuff for granted. And now we have a new strain of an old virus, and folks are getting all wound up. And what are they doing? They're behaving like the virus, and they're spreading fear and misinformation. And let me tell you, again, I'm not going to be caught up in that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you don't need to take precautions to protect yourself, and I'm not saying that a healthy level of fear is bad, right? You should have a healthy level of fear. Fear of walking too close to the edge, and when you see that someone has just sneezed out into the wind, you might want to kind of do this. But to be honest with you, long before talk of the coronavirus, when I'd see people sneezing into the wind or coughing without covering their mouths, I'd hold my breath. I'd hold my breath. I'd do this. I'd give them the hairy eyeball, like, don't go spreading your disease, like whatever you have. Don't go doing that. Be conscientious, okay? The thing is, To me, that's a healthy approach. Common sense means that don't walk into somebody else's sneeze, okay? That's what I'm going to name this video. Don't walk into somebody else's sneeze, okay? The point that I want to make is that the media is scaring you. You're watching a lot of news, not everybody, but a lot of people are watching the news all day long and they're being sucked into the media. Those people are dangerous. You're being sucked into fear. That's dangerous. You're spreading fear. That's dangerous. That's more dangerous than the coronavirus. Right now, I don't think it's wrong to listen to the news a little bit, but I know people who are watching the news all day and they are getting that mindset, momentum is being built. I think that's dangerous and I think it's sad. And I refuse to be brought into that because the cycle is dangerous. It creates a bad environment inside of me, and I won't be giving into that. And what I won't tolerate from any of my friends or my loved ones, my friends, my family, nobody gets to create paranoia and unhealthy fear inside me. You don't get to send me videos about the world coming to an end. You don't have permission to send me emails about that. You don't have permission to send me text messages about it. I'm telling you, if that is what you're doing, you are more dangerous than the virus. Because number one, you have a platform and you're intentionally trying to rile me up, and that's not okay. That's all I have to say. I'm saying cover your mouth when you cough. Don't sneeze into the open air, Don't let your droplets get all over me. That goes for your mental droplets. I don't want your mental droplets, okay? I don't want your sneeze. I don't want your boogery sneezes. Don't spit in the street. Keep your spit inside your mouth. And if you need to spit, I'm talking to runners, whoever. Keep your spit inside your body. If your spit needs to come out, don't put it on the street where I'm going to walk through it or my dog is going to walk through it and then track it into my house. Y'all have been doing that kind of stuff for a long time. And common sense would tell you not to do that. I'm just saying. You now have this wonderful opportunity with this new coronavirus to think about some of the stuff you do, right? Spitting in the street, sneezing in the wind, right? Like you all free and that your germs don't matter. You're above it all. You're above the rest of us. Who am I talking to right now? I don't know, but I'll tell you this one more time. Okay, it's the last time. I'm really going to get off on this. Okay, I'm not going to go on. Don't let fear dominate your mindset, and don't let the media make you crazy. Don't be a sheep. Don't give them all your power. They don't deserve your power. By the way, I have selected news media that I want to be balanced and fair, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's getting harder and harder to find them. I was listening to National Public Radio yesterday, that podcast Up First, and now I'm getting two sides of a story, okay? I got my friends in Italy who are, talking to me, and I got a notice from one of the friends in Italy that says what you can and cannot do while they are mandating that you self-quarantine. Now, what I heard on National Public Radio was that, and from my friends who heard the same broadcast and interpreted, the way it was is, this is a scary situation. There are police that are going to be going around fining you if you're caught out. This is, the newscaster said, this is not unscary. That's exactly what she said. This is not unscary, right? Which means that this is scary. This is a newscaster with melodrama, okay? Now, the reporter is, quoting the official. Now, luckily I understand Italian. What I heard from the official is, we are asking you to stay home. That's what the guy said. We are asking you to stay home. What the reporter said was something to the effect of, we really need you to stay home. There are trucks going around and they are blaring out that you need to stay home, right? When the Prime Minister spoke, he says, we're asking that you guys stay home. This is good common sense. That's kind of how he said it too. We're asking you to stay home because it's good sense. We need to get this under control. It was really calm, his delivery. But these two reporters, the one who was reporting from Italy and the one who was here at home, directing this thing, the newscast, she's all dramatic, and the other one is kind of like, yeah, this is crazy, right? Now, when I read the notice that my friend sent saying, hey, these are the things you can and cannot do, restaurants can be open from 6 a.m. in the morning till 6 p.m. at night. How is that draconian? How is that scary? Restaurants can stay open. Can you take your children out? Yes, you can take your children out. You can go to the grocery store, but we ask, and we don't demand. We're not being unrealistic. Go to the grocery store, but take one member of your family. Don't take the whole family to the grocery store so everybody's running around, the kids are running around. Take one person to the grocery store to get the stuff so that you can come back and have what you need at home, So in the restaurants, by the way, they said, try to set the restaurant up. The restaurants are open. Just make sure there's a meter between the people, right? To me, this doesn't sound draconian. This sounds like a government that's trying to actually protect its people while not hindering business and while not hindering people. And yet, the media here is reporting it using words like draconian and, lockdown, unsafe, unscary. This is not unscary, Right. So all of this is to say, don't believe everything you hear and everything you read, and use your own counsel. Go inside and listen to what your internal source has to say. If your internal source is saying fear, tragedy, scary, you're not actually listening to your internal source. You're listening to your fear and your egoic self. Your internal source is connected to God. So your internal source can't do fear because your true internal source is never separated from God. Your internal source is different than your earthly self. But both of them are here for you. You will have to always practice getting to your internal source. That's why we meditate in the first place, so that we can practice on a daily basis, listening to our internal source, so that when scary stuff comes up, like this thing comes up, we know how to get beyond the fear to find the internal source. So that's the end. Just to let you know, no, I'm not afraid. Okay? Doesn't mean I'm beyond fear. Doesn't mean that I'm a fearless person. Doesn't mean that I'm not listening to, I don't know the facts. I listen to the news a little bit. And more importantly, I listen to myself. And of course, I also research, right? It doesn't hurt to do research on your own and figure stuff out and get different perspectives. Listening to one source of news means that you're turning yourself over to that one news source. You're relying on them for your power. So listen to multiple sources and don't be afraid to ask people, but don't approach people with your fear. Like don't sneeze your fear onto other people. All right? Okay. So I'm going to go now for sure. Like for real. Okay? I'll see ya. Bye for now.